Greetings, and it's the start of day 7 of the 4th part of my pilgrimage, and I am leaving a place called Trabadelo. So what happened yesterday, because I wasn't meant to be ending up in a place called Trabadelo, I was meant to be ending up in a place called Pereje, which is where I walked to, and then all the albergues were closed. So it was hot, we were very tired because it was about 25 kilometers already. So Sara and I cheated, and we hired a taxi, which turned out to be ridiculously expensive. And we took the taxi just to the next place, which is here, 4 kilometers further down the road. So we've cheated. It's the second time I've cheated on Camino. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that particularly. And the kind of bit we missed, which we saw from the taxi, was pretty much like the rest of it, a wooded valley. So yesterday was a long day, not particularly hard. My body seems to be getting used to this a bit now. And we went through beautiful places. So a lot of villages early on and stuff like that, lots of places to stop. And then we split for a while because there was two options. There was one kind of on a path over the hills, and there was another by the road that was a kilometre shorter. I took that. Sarah took the former path over the hills, which is, I think that's the official Camino, to be honest. And I was really glad I did take the other one, because whilst I was there, I was walking along, there was a religious procession, and it was a group of French pilgrims who were walking with a statue of Our Lady of Fatima, from Fatima through Santiago to Lourdes, and then on to, one presumes, their church in France. And it was really nice, because I saw the statue. It was like something from the Middle Ages, and they were singing as they walked along. And so I knelt for the statue, and they knelt and sang with me. And then I sang them a song as well. And they were really happy, because they said nobody had knelt for it before. And I thought, well, surely that's what everyone would do. But anyway, apparently not. And it really uplifted me, and it was just a gorgeous stretch after that. And I felt so uplifted. It was so much, that's what pilgrimage is about. And then I went into the town of Villafranca, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's the sort of place I want to come back on my own one day and have a proper explore of. And I'm not too knackered to see everything. And then after that, there was these long kilometres up this valley that I'm walking up now, to Pereje, which I've already told you about. Today is meant to be a shorter day, perhaps only 17 kilometres, but that's because at the end there's a horrendous climb. It's one of the worst climbs of the Camino, up to O Cebreiero. Now, we're not going to go to O Cebreiero today, but we're going to go perhaps a stop short or something. So we're going to split the climb up over 2 days and do some of it today. And yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that. And that's kind of put the dampener on the fact we're going to have a shorter day. But I guess the thing is, once it's done, and that's the third of the big climbs of the Camino done. And then, not 100%, but it's mostly downhill from there. So there we are, this is it. Keep travelling. Oh yes, and I also forgot to mention, I watched England thrash Ukraine 4-0 on the football last night, and had a really good night, chatting with the barman in Spanish, and seeing something that I don't think I witness very often. England destroying a team in a competitive football match, and we're now in the semi-finals of the European Championships for the first time since 1996. And we've got Denmark next. I think that's on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know. And then if it's Denmark, it's Spain or Italy in the finals. So although Italy looks scary, so yeah, could it be that my pilgrimage coincides with something great? Well, I think it already has. We beat Germany in that match last night, but who knows? So yeah, wow, uncharted territory. It's the end of day 7 now, and I feel surprisingly good. I climbed up 2/3 of the hill to O Cebreiero, so about 1,150 meters up, about 200 odd to go tomorrow. But I think the difference is I've only done like say 15 kilometers, something like that, and it's the time on your feet, and that makes a difference because I don't have that absolute fatigue that I have had every other day. So yeah, there's that. What a day has it been? Well, a bit hard at the beginning, walking along the road in the valley. Very hungry, wanted breakfast for a while, but had breakfast, moved on. It's been a day for kind of meeting groovy people, I guess you could say. So we met a guy called Pepe, I think his name was. He called himself the Turtle or Tortuga, and he was selling jewelry. He was a bit of a hippie guy. It was cool. And then we moved on, and halfway up the climb, the place called La Faba, we came across another hippie sanctuary, and there was a guy called what was his name? It was a Czech guy and a German guy, and they were both kind of seriously groovy dudes, and they made vegetarian food and ethnic type jewelry, and they gave us a free lentil soup, and told us about their anti-vaccine opinions and about how the world is one. But they were groovy. Yeah, it was nice. The Czech guy reminded me a lot of Christophe Guizet, actually, a long-term friend of mine who was a bit of a hippie, to be fair. So yeah, and then beautiful climb up. And this evening in the albergue, which is really busy, it's like the first time I've been in a busy albergue this year. I had an evening meal. Sarah fell asleep, and I had an evening meal with an Italian gentleman, a really, really nice, interesting Italian gentleman, formerly married to a Romanian. She's actually doing the Camino as well with his daughter, but further back. He started in Ponferrada because he can't do his long time off work. And yeah, and he's a really cool guy. His name is Luigi Pierre, I think. Originally from Rome, now lives in Turin. So there we are. I feel good. I feel good. Like I think my body's kind of finally acclimatized into Camino, which always seems to happen after about 6 days. So, and 20-kilometer days just become the norm rather than an effort. I would say they're still an effort, but more of a normal effort. And yeah, and you see, like I'm noticing the milestones now. It's going down. We're not far off 150 k to go, which isn't that much really when you're on an 800 odd kilometer walk. So, wow. The end is beginning to come near, and this hill, and I guess the descent from it, since they tend to have been harder than the climbs, is the last big challenge. So there will be other challenges after it. This is the last monster, the last massive demon to slay, and tomorrow I'm going to do that. So there we are. Keep traveling.